Hey everyone, my name is Rachel and today's video is brought to you by a Wish haul. It's all art supplies that I got from Wish for free plus shipping. So I paid anywhere from $2 to $4 for shipping. The first thing I got was this palette. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be tiny, but for paying $3 for shipping, I feel like it's got decent sized wells and a lot of mixing space, and it's decent plastic quality. It's not too thin, and yeah, so that'll be fun to use in future videos with all my watercolors. The next thing I got were the liner pens, and the picture they actually looked exactly like my Micron pens, so I thought I would compare them today. So I got 0.20 millimeter, 0.25 millimeter, and 0.30 millimeter is the package of 3 that I got in the order. So I guess I'm just gonna open up the package there and just compare that. Other than the labels, they look almost identical on the pens. And so I'm gonna swatch the Micron one first. I believe this was the 0.5 of mine. I'm trying to think because I have bigger liner ones, but here's the Wish ones. Now writing Wish, it worked really well, but then doing the lines and doing the hashes, they were not very consistent. That was the point. The first one was the 0.20, this is the 0.25, and again it feels really dry and not leaving a consistent line. But the third one, the 0.30, was actually a pretty juicy pen and left a decently consistent line. The only problem is partway through a piece I was using that pen to line, and partway through it ran out of ink and is now dead. So it was very short-lived. I didn't even get through one art piece with it. So I don't know if I'd recommend these. I'd rather just spend the $10 and get a pack of 3 or 4 microns that I know will be good and last. And then just because I've been comparing markers, I thought I would get this Wish marker. I did not choose the color. It was free plus $2 shipping, and it was just a random color. Now the Wish listing said that it was a brush tip, but it's actually a bullet nib and a chisel tip. But excuse me, I'm gonna compare it to my Copic, and the Copic does have a much narrower chisel tip. And I'm just going to compare consistency of color. It's actually a really nice opaque color, and it's not streaky at all. So I'm impressed with the ink. It's alcohol based, just like the Copic. The only issue is with the bullet nib. While you can get a little bit of variation, you don't get as much variation in lightness and thickness as you can with the brush tip on the Copic. So all in all, I still prefer the flexibility and variety that I get from the Copic brush tip versus a bullet nib. I have yet to find a cheap marker that I like. So the next thing I got were erasers. They were free plus $3 shipping, and so basically $1 a piece. And I got them because they're cute and I needed erasers, and I'm just gonna set those aside until after the next item. So I got a 2mm mechanical pencil that came with lead, and I also bought separately for free plus shipping. I think it was $2 shipping on each of those, but $2 shipping for the sharpener. And I was trying to find a sharpener because these are like the drafting pencils that I had back in the day when I was taking drafting class after drafting class, and I really liked them for the lines and everything. And I know drafting is different than drawing, but I wanted to give it a go. And yeah, I mean, the lead is 2B, so it does leave a pretty dark lead, but it's, you know, just like any other lead on pencil. Now the sharpener I'm really disappointed with. I tried it multiple ways. I even tried it without the tip being at all sharp, and it wouldn't sharpen the tip, even a dull tip. So I'm a little disappointed that that's a bust, but that's okay. I'm sure I can go through my old school stuff and find my old drafting sharpener where it's like it looks like a little cup, and it has like a little top thing, and you put it in there and you spin it around, and it kind of shaves the 2mm lead into a nice point. So I really like those kind of sharpeners. But yeah, the eraser is just, you know, an average eraser. I wouldn't say that this is beneficial to buy off of Wish. I just thought they were cute and I'd give them a try. They do leave a lot of little eraser sheddings behind, but yeah, it doesn't even compare to my favorite eraser, which is the multiple one. But then I did get these white gel pens, and in the package it came with this random beaded bracelet, so that was interesting. It's kind of pretty, but I've seen people use, and by people I mean other YouTube artists, use gel pens as highlight and stuff in their pieces, so I thought I'd get these and see. And it's pretty decent. I mean, you gotta get kind of deep, like couple layers on, and it's pretty opaque. You know, first quick pass, it might not be super opaque, but I think it works for doing highlighting, and it gets the job done on the marker. I haven't tried it on top of watercolor or acrylic. I don't know why you would do it on acrylic. Usually I see gel pens used on like marker and watercolor. Sorry for the stammering. I thought I was gonna sneeze, and I was trying to wiggle my nose to get it to go away. But I did get a pack of 3 water pen brush pens, and I've used these before, not from Wish, but I've had a set, a more expensive set, and I like them, especially for like traveling and on the go. It's nice to just have them and have the water source there for watercolor, versus having to have like a little cup filled with water and dipping your paintbrush in there. But I filled one up with water, and if you give it a good squeeze, it definitely flows out a decent amount of water. And I did squeeze it really hard on purpose to see how much water would squirt out, so that's why there was that much. But the water does flow out of it nicely, and I'm just gonna lay down some watercolor pencil and see how well it blends with the brush. And you know, it does a good job. You know, it really moves that pigment around over a decent sized space. So I'm really happy with these. They don't feel too flimsy. They feel decent for being free plus $3 or $4 shipping. But that's all I have for this art supply wish haul. I appreciate you watching. If there's any other things you would like me to test off of Wish, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.